Why, oh Lord, do you seem far away?
All my videos so far have been me now telling a story of what happened in the past. And the second part of this video will take the story a wee bit further. But this is me now talking about stuff that happened last week. And it's still raw. I'm dealing with complex emotions at the minute. A friend of mine, who I've known since college, lovely guy, he later became a pastor, and I even preached in his church a long time ago. I heard about a year and a half ago that he had been diagnosed with cancer. Not melanoma, not the same as me, but it was in his brain, and mine has spread to my brain. So I reached out to him to see if I could help him navigate the system a bit. And we met up, we had coffee, we had a really uplifting chat. He's a good fella. And we messaged each other backward and forward and talked a bit about the ups and downs of our lives. I don't know what he shared with other people, but I got the impression that things weren't going great. His messages were getting further apart, and he just wasn't himself. I messaged him again last week, not sure if he would reply, because I thought maybe he had gone downhill since even the last time we spoke. But I thought maybe his wife would be able to reply and let me know how he's getting on. I heard the next day that he's gone home to be with his Saviour. And so obviously his wife had more important things on her mind than replying to me. I like to be relentlessly positive, joking about disease and death and so on. And yeah, I know I panic whenever I'm waiting for results, and I worry about the effect that my death will have on my family and their dynamics. But I bounce back, have done so far. So I'm still here, and he's not. And I don't know how to message his wife because I feel guilty about that. I mean, we are not playing games here. Cancer changes who you are, and not for the better. It takes over your life, takes over the life of your family. It strips your personality, leaves you with nothing but the disease. And then it dumps you into an undignified grave, leaving your family. Remember, this has been their life too. And it leaves them empty. The Bible teaches that we are sinners. We deserve cancer, and much worse, because we haven't done the right things. But Jesus died and came back to life, proving that he had defeated death. This life is the important gateway to the next, which is immeasurably better. And my friends with Jesus now. But cancer will mark his family for their whole earthly lives. And of course, my family have all that to look forward to. And I can't prepare them for when that happens.
You see, you hear, you won't forget the cries of hearts in deep regret. You lift the lowly, break the proud. Your justice thunders strong and loud. You see, you hear, you will restore. Forever you reign, forevermore.
Approaching the end of 2020, 3 months after my stereotactic radio surgery and my ill-fated immunotherapy, I had my regular 3-month chest and abdomen scan. Now, an awful lot had happened in those 3 months. I'd had a lot of scans of various parts of my body, but this 3-month scan was a big, important scan for me. I'd been told that when people get metastatic melanoma tumours in their brain, 90% of them develop tumours in other parts of their body as well. I wasn't in that 90% 3 months ago, and I've had immunotherapy since then, so I'm praying I would still be clear. Rather than wait for my consultant's appointment, which would be a month after the scans, I waited 2 weeks and then phoned my Macmillan specialist nurse to ask her. Now that's a risky approach. The nurse wouldn't be able to give me anything detailed, or she wouldn't be able to interpret them. And being in the house on your own, getting results over the phone, isn't a good idea in case it's bad news. But I've decided I prefer to hear what's happening as soon as possible, whether it's bad news or not. So here's what she told me. The swelling had gone down and the tumours had shrunk by 30%. Now, they are still oozing blood, but there's no serious hemorrhage, which isn't bad news. In fact, it's not bad news at all. I had a meeting penciled in with the consultant for the last week in 2020 to give me the full results of both the scans and to plan for the future, what we're going to do next. Look at me, planning for the future.
When darkness seems to have its say, your light will rise, you'll make a way.
Some people enjoy poor health. I'd really rather not be one of those people, but some days I don't have a lot else to think about. As part of that meeting with my consultant at the end of December, I got a lot of blood tests. And the next morning, he phoned me. He said, you know the way we stopped your liver medication? Well, you're going to need to start taking it again. And also, you seem to have developed hyperthyroidism. That'll probably give you heart palpitations. Just let me know if that happens. Okay. Those liver drugs, mycophenolate, they're the worst I have had so far. And I was not pleased to be taking them again. They made my muscles weak. My limbs tremble. I slept 12 hours a day and woke up some nights with my skin crawling and my heart beating 30% faster than it usually does. Then I found a new lump on my arm, the same arm as I had the mole removed from. And then 2 weeks into taking the drugs again, the doctor phoned to say I had to increase the dose because they weren't working. So you see, sometimes you have no choice but to enjoy poor health. I spent most of the start of 2021 lying in bed in front of the fire watching TV.
Forevermore, you're king forever, seated high.
Another friend of mine, Hugo, said, I can only imagine how you're feeling. I gotta say that was a good phrase to use. I suppose I could try and tell you to help your imagination. How do I feel? Physically pretty rubbish. It would be nice to find one word to sum up my mental state, but I'm not sure that I can. I have no control over how all of this will turn out. Nothing I do can make the cancer go away. And nothing I do can make it any worse. I said to my doctor, should I be doing anything to improve my chances, to help the drugs work better? Change my diet, exercise, get one of those oxygen tents, rest? And they said, no, there's nothing you can do. We've done everything for you. It's liberating to hand over complete control to somebody else. The other question is to God. What can I do to improve my chances and straighten things out with you? Can I try to be good, donate to missions, tell people about you? And he says, no, my kindness is enough for you. Jesus has done everything for you. So my doctors look after my health and Jesus looks after my future. There is nothing I can do to improve either of those things. It's liberating to hand them over. And that's how I feel, Hugo. Strangely free. Ephesians 2:8-9 says, for by grace you have been saved through faith. And this, not your own doing, it's the gift of God. Not a result of works, so that nobody can boast. I can't boast in anything I've done for myself. But I can boast about what Jesus has done and also about what the doctors have done. 2 Corinthians 12:9 says, but he said to me, my grace is enough for you, because my power is perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly of my weakness, so that the power of Christ can rest upon me. 2 weeks later, I had an ultrasound on the lump in my arm. It's not cancer. I also got a phone call to say the increased medication is working well. Thank you, everybody, for your prayers and your good wishes.